Welcome to Gogopreneur, where Gogo Bethke, your host, interviews badass rock star entrepreneurs of the world, figuring out who they are, how they got to where they're at, and the lessons they learned along the way, so you can learn those lessons and turn it into money. Let's go get 'em.
Let's cover this thing that's called the greatness tracker. I love it, okay? You're going to go and get yourself a legal size clipboard. And then I'm going to share this document with you. If you want to use it, use it. I'm going to explain how it works and how we use it. So I literally carry this with me in my car wherever I go. It's just in my car. It's with me all the time. Okay? Wherever you go, you take it with you. The first thing, it's called the greatness tracker. So the first thing is face-to-face. This is anybody you run into in a grocery store. This is anybody that you sat down and had coffee with. This is anybody that you went to a title company's office and you had a meeting with them. Those are all face-to-faces. Anytime you actually physically in the presence of somebody and any part of your real estate business gets mentioned, you're going to write it down, their name or where you were, okay? The next one is breaking bread. Now, these are the people that you actually plugged into your calendar. So you remember when we talked about the favorites list? When you got your past clients and your sphere of influence, birthdays and anniversaries, this might be the list when you plug them in there. So every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on the weekend, you have somebody that you are breaking bread with. You're going to take them out for lunch or dinner. Okay, this is how you're going to fill that up. And you have to do at least 5 of those every single week. You have to do at least 15 of the face-to-faces every single week. Then the next one is great phone calls. Anybody that you talk to this week, that you feel like it was a great phone call. It could be a past client. It could be a vendor that you work with. It could be somebody that you met. It could be anybody. You had a great phone call. You feel like they, at some point, going to become a client or refer someone to you. That's considered a great phone call. You're going to put them down here. You want at least 60 of those in a week, okay? Calls with leads. That's where you're going to write them down. So if you got a lead and you call them and they actually got on a phone call with you, you're going to write their name down there. Referral partners. So if you have a lender that you work with, if you have a title company that you work with, if you have a divorce attorney that you work with, if you have anybody that's you consider a referring partner, you're going to have calls with them. So at least 6 every single week you're going to talk to. Okay, you're going to have 6 phone calls. Past clients, you're going to call 6, 1 a day of a past client. You're going to go to a database, pick a past client, just call them up and see how they're doing, if they have any real estate needs, if they have any needs. Like you should have maybe a vendor or preferred vendors list and just call them and say, hey, do you need a plumber? Do you need a dog walker or local daycare? Anything that I can help you with. Let me send you my preferred vendors list. And then you can choose any of the services that you like. Okay. So just follow up with them. Whatever you want to talk about that. That's your past clients. Current clients. These are your current clients. If you have listings, you should follow up with them at least once a week. Also on the buy side, you should follow them. Hey, here we are in the process. I remember that period, that initially when you realize that the period after inspection until we get the actual appraisal report, it's long and painful. And I used to call my clients and be like, I did not fall off the face of the earth, but there's really nothing that I can report to you until we get the appraisal back. So don't take it as I'm not talking to you. Just know we are sitting and twiddling our thumbs waiting for the appraisal report to come back in. So that could be a touch with your current clients to just kind of bring them up to date through the process of where are you in the process. Events. You should attend at least 2 events a week. So there's Monday to Friday, and then the weekend. You should write down, make sure you attend at least 1 to 2 events every single week. Then you're going to write down every day how many hours you prospected. You want a minimum of 21 hours. So you're going to write down, okay, today I made calls and I did this, and I had a face-to-face and that was 45 minutes and I did this and I broke bread for dinner. I have a client and I did a Zoom call, yada, yada, altogether 6 hours. So you're going to write it down, okay? You want at least 21 hours in the end of the week. Thank you cards. Now, these you can send out to anybody. It could be your child's teacher. It could be your best friend. It could be your person that you just had coffee with and you had the most amazing conversation with, and you're going to send them a thank you card. Whatever it is, something that you feel grateful for their time, for whatever they invested into you, you're going to thank them for it. You're going to send them a thank you card. So if you do 10 a week, there's I think 53 weeks in a year. So there's 530 of them that you're going to need. Maybe make it 500. You're going to take a couple of days off and weekends you don't work, yada, yada. So maybe order 500 of them and you always just have it. When you're ready, just grab one very quick, sign it, put a label on it, ready to go. Leads. Now you're going to write down if you did this all day, what came of it? How many leads did you get? Now in the very bottom, you see where it says deals and appointments. Out of those 3 leads that you got today, how many of those actually turned into a deal? Okay. And then in the end of the week, you want to get at least 3 deals. So if you do all this, you at very minimum should have at least 3 deals. I hope you found this very, very helpful. I am so excited to use this. This is like, you just it just feels good. It feels like, look all the stuff that I did this week. You can be proud of yourself. You have shown something to show for what you're working at. It also reminds you to do these things. And it has a plan. It's taking you somewhere. You're not just doing it to do it. So click the link below. You're going to get the Greatness Tracker. And when you feel up to it, when you see the results, show us your Greatness Tracker and show us the leads that come of it so we can see your success, so we can congratulate you on your hard work. And that's it. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining Gogopreneur. Keep that go-getter spirit alive. Until next time, go get 'em.